Excited to get a win, be 2-1. I think that's 10 straight on the road in the regular season, so it's always good to get a road win. Really sloppy most of the game offensively, but definitely early in the first quarter and a few minutes into the second quarter. Picked it up in the second quarter, and then third quarter, not the start we wanted, but then picked it up a little. But credit our defense, man. Gave up 3 points on the first turnover. They gave up the 1 touchdown drive, and other than that, we're pretty good. Held them to 50 yards rushing, 0-13 on third and fourth down. Really proud of them. A lot of sacks late. We pressured more, but didn't have to every time. And they just did a nice job. You get down 10-0 on the road, a lot of momentum, and they never scored again. Gave us a chance to just slowly get back in the game and take control of the game. So we got to be a lot better next week, but we got to win, and we're excited to be going home with a win.
You mentioned the start, sloppy, out of sorts, whatever you want to call it, and then right before the end of the first half, you got the 2 scoring drives to take the lead. What changed in those last few minutes of the second half? We
just settled down and started playing. We were running basic plays early in the game, and everybody is going to think about the interception or Romelo's fumble, but we're running base plays and not blocking the defensive tackle or not blocking the defensive end with our tight end or quarterbacks taking a sack out of the pocket. Just a lot of really uncharacteristic, poor execution is what I would say. I think it wasn't that we weren't playing hard, and poor execution is going to lead to a holding penalty, a hands to the face penalty. I love the fact we're trying to be physical, but you can't crack block anymore. You go in and knock a guy out, they're going to call a penalty on you. So you get 10, 15-yard penalties, it's hard for anybody to maintain a drive. And so the first 2 drives, it was turnovers. After that, it was penalties, and we just kind of kept getting in our own way. And not good football.
There were multiple times throughout the game where players were slipping pre-game. It was very hot on the field. Does this feel like the example and the reason why you guys switched to grass?
I think so. And look, I talked to Ryan before the game. They were slipping some too, I think, but they at least practice out here. This is their first game on this turf. It's new. It's the new field turf that it's a lot softer than the old turf. It doesn't have the black rubber fibers, so it's supposed to be better long term. But early on, as in like the first year you have it, it's known to be really slippery. And as you can see, it was a slip and slide. Running back slipping, receivers slipping, and so. Obviously that makes guys play tentative a little bit, but that doesn't have anything to do with some of the sloppy execution. But our guys, by halftime, I felt like we were settling in on how the surface played, and hopefully we didn't lose anybody too seriously because of it. And we're both playing on the same surface, but it's just the uniqueness of this kind of new field turf.
At this point in the season, 3 games in, do you kind of still expect some of those execution things early in a game, or do you hope that we clear it up a little bit?
Well, we didn't have them last week. I think in the last 6 quarters we had 5 penalties. Today we had 12. That's what the stats tell me. It was a complete flag fest. So, no, I don't expect that. It's not acceptable. There's no excuse for it. Every now and then you're going to get a hustle penalty. You may be bang bang on the quarterback and they call late hit, or you may go in and knock the dog out of the safety. And in football today, they're going to throw a flag if it looks like a physical hit. But to whether the band's playing during the drive or not, to not snap the ball or to not line up on the ball on a formation, get a long run called back, to line up offsides twice, that's inexcusable. So, that's bad football.
One of your touchdowns today went to R.J. Maryland, and you've talked about his progress through the rehab process. Obviously, he's been with you this season. Does his touchdown mean a little more simply because he had to reach for it and it was a little bit of an awkward catch? Yeah. Is that another marker in his comeback?
I think it gives him more confidence. It started with we're down 10-0 and we call a play action to start a drive, and he's the third read, and Kevin gets to him and he makes a big play for a 15, 20-yard catch, gets popped. It kind of helped us get that drive started to go score and get some momentum in the game. So it's good to see him get in the end zone. I think it's been when we were coming into the season, we were hopeful that we'd have him back by confidence. Anything we got before then, we knew would be a bonus. The fact that he's been able to play in every game, he's healthy, he's getting closer and closer to 100%. I think he's gaining confidence. So it's a big step for us. We need him to get back to 100% because he's a really good football player. And I think him scoring and just contributing again today was a big step for that.
Coach Missouri State's new to this level. What stood out to you about the way they play?
Ryan does a great job. They're really well coached. Defensively, they're not complicated. They're sound, though. You can tell he had them ready to play. Early on, we weren't running the football very well. He did a really nice job of just kind of winning the line of scrimmage for the first quarter and a half. Then we took it over, but still it wasn't easy. And I thought they did a nice job in the secondary. They mixed the looks up and up, but just staying back and making us throw the ball underneath, not letting us get behind them. We didn't have a lot of explosive plays. and that's the name of college football. And if you don't have a lot of explosive plays, you can see either execution gets poor, penalties happen, and more likely you're going to get off the field. So I think he does a great job there. And then offensively, I mean, Jacob Clark's a really good quarterback. He's from Rockwall, and got a lot of respect for him. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year in Conference USA.
Jalen Cooper had another great game. What can you say about his performance, and then also a potential injury update?
On Jalen Cooper, I'm not aware of any injuries to Jalen Cooper, so I'm not saying he's not, but no one ever told me he was. I know we put Carterius some in late, but Carterius was going to be rotating anyway, so I'll have to get back to you on that. But I mean, he's good. I mean, he made a big catch early in the game. They played man. Kevin hit him on a go ball down the field. A couple big third down catches, I think. So, you know, he just then we throw a glance and it goes through his hands, you know. So it's some of that being a freshman, but man, he's for a young guy in the first 3 games, he's shown a lot of maturity. When Jordan went down, being thrown in there, and I'm really proud of him. I think you can see he's just going to keep getting better.
You made the switch at kicker. What did you see in practice this week that led to that, and what do you think of Sam today?
Yeah, I know he missed the first kick wide right. Did a great job on the kickoffs, made the extra points, didn't get any other opportunities. Look, it's never easy. We love Colin. Colin's done so much for us here. He's still a big part of our team. We're going to kind of take it week to week right now. It wasn't just last week. I mean, it was fall camp. It was a little bit last week, and then, you know, we decided this week to open it up. And I mean, he kicked better throughout the week, so he was kicking with more confidence. The data will tell you he won the job for the week, and so that's how we went. And we may do the same thing again this week, but you know, I know how hard Sam works at it, so I know he's upset about missing that one.
You had a number of moving parts on the offensive line today. I know you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but did you get a sense of how some of those combinations worked when you move people around?
Most of it was guys being banged up today. I know the first few drives we put Zion in at left tackle because we were making a lot of mistakes that were hurting us. And I think he played quite a bit. I think he played pretty well, but I'd have to watch it. You know, Logan Parr got dinged up last week, so Nate Anderson ended up playing a lot this week. That was probably the most reason for that. Obviously, PJ kept getting nicked up. It was good to have Chambly back. So that's really was the reason for most of it, was just guys were not 100%. So I think Guerin was just shuffling, trying to keep guys fresh and keep the best 5 out there. So I think we feel good about who we have and who should be playing, and we'll have to see who's available health-wise this week, and that'll probably determine who plays this week. All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
And all right, we're going. We'll open that. I'll hold it for you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. You go ahead.
How do you feel like you guys bounced back from the start, and what kind of started clicking for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a rough start. You know, moving forward, we just got to get out early. You know, punch first, so we don't get punched first. But yeah, we kind of, you know, we saw it through and got it right in the second half. Especially, I mean, it's good for us bouncing back from the loss last week. So.
Was the start a result of what they were doing, or could you see anything in your own team that you can point to?
Just missed opportunities. It was just literally, we were shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, we left a lot out on the field out there in the first half. So, I mean, we capitalized off of that in the second half. So, if we would have capitalized in the first half off of, you know, what we did wrong, we would have had the second half and the first half would have been the same thing in a good way.
You personally, on that 3rd and short, you bounce off that first tackler and take it 37 yards. Was able to give SMU really its first breathing room of the game. How do you feel like your run impacted the game overall?
It definitely got the flow of like the whole offense going, and yeah, I'm just glad to do that. I'm glad to do anything just to help the team win.
On that touchdown, did you see a flag thrown behind you? Did you think it was coming back?
I was hoping it wasn't. I did see it. I was about to start doing a little celebration and whatnot, but I seen the flag, so I instantly stopped doing my celebration, and yeah.
As a group, as a team, do you feel like you guys are happy with where you are right now, or do you feel like, you know, there's some things you want to clean up a little more by this point of the season?
Yeah, we're definitely, like, as far as us winning today, we're happy with that. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of stuff for us to fix. You know, we're not going to play from here on out. The next 9 games are going to be tough opponents. You know, we're going to get into conference play and stuff like that. So, you know, we just got to come out and punch first.
defensive line, there's been a lot of talk about them gelling and coming together as the season goes on. Do you feel like that's similar for the offense and the weapons that Kevin has in the offensive line for you?
Yeah, I mean, from day one we improved for sure. The whole team, offense and defense. But yeah, like I said, there's still room for us to improve. We definitely did make a lot of plays from the start of the season, even last game when we lost. But it's just definitely always room for improvement. No matter how many plays we make, we can't ever get complacent.
The coaches had to mix and match a little on the offensive line today. A couple guys got dinged up. Are you and the other running backs even aware when there are different bodies in front of you, and do you have to adjust when some of the other guys come in for the starters?
Not really. Well, I'll say for me, I'm confident with everybody in Coach Justice's room. They all work hard. All the big boys up front, they work hard. Definitely the best line I play behind. So when somebody else new comes in, I don't really notice the difference. I mean, everybody, really works and everybody wants to win.
Your first touchdown gave SMU the lead going into halftime. How much of a lift, a boost in the vibe among the team did that give you guys?
It's definitely good. Coming off a touchdown, being up at half, that definitely helped when I scored and everything. But like I said, I mean, we still got to clean stuff up at the end of the day. I mean, it definitely was good, but
All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Sir, thank you guys. Thank you.
Break it down.
Church.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Overall, what did you think of the way your defense played today?
I think we played better, especially getting to the quarterback. Definitely, we'll keep improving each week just to get the basic techniques down. I think we started off a little slow just off of the field position, but we picked it up just, staying positive. Like sometimes, last week offense was picking us up, so we just picked up the offense and got the win. So, yes, sir.
You mentioned getting after the quarterback. You had a few sacks late. Were you seeing something different in the blocking, or was that simply a matter of their guys wearing down a little bit and having to throw all the time?
Just seeing what we're given. This week we're really emphasizing like working our move based off what the offensive line what the offensive lineman was giving us. Just based off of last week, we could have finished a couple of rushes even better. So we just really paid attention on that this week.
Coach Lashlee was talking about execution and penalties a lot, saying that was a bit of a concern for him as a leader on this team. How do you kind of address that moving forward? You guys were great in terms of penalties last week.
Yeah, we had a couple penalties. You really just got to focus on the next play. Sometimes things don't go your way. We're definitely going to be better at that. Just encouraging the guys, just focus on the details. So we'll be way better at that going in next week.
You mentioned getting put in some tough spots early on. What do you think were the key reasons why the defense was able to really pick up and play better down the stretch of this game?
Just brotherhood, trusting one another, believing the guy next to you. Sometimes I won't have my best play, but knowing the guy next to me is going to be there right for me to have my back. That's all it was. Yeah.
Coach.
Do you feel like you can kind of see this group, so many new faces on the defense? Do you feel like you see the progression week over week?
Oh, definitely. I see everybody bonding way quicker now that the season's been going. Obviously, fall camp, like we were bonding pretty well, but seeing each other like live games, seeing who can make plays, who's positive on the sidelines, and just knowing your role has been really good.
Coach Lashlee talked about things being a little disjointed and a slow start, and then obviously you all came back with a couple late touchdowns in the first half. So you went to the locker room up 4. What kinds of things were you discussing, and what kind of adjustments were made at halftime?
Adjustments, just keep doing what we're doing, just encouraging everyone, just being positive. Being negative is you're going to play bad, you play negative. So just telling everybody, just keep our heads up, keep fighting. We know what we're capable of. So, yes, sir.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Cam.
Appreciate you.
Safe travels.
Is he getting taller? Feels like it.